Welcome to We Invest Different podcast. I'm co-host John-Micah Bess.
And I'm co-host Victor Thomas.
And what We Invest Different podcast is all about is not conversations just about financial literacy or investing, but we dive into the things that we'll need in life, like character, integrity, and life principles and standards. And we also get to have conversations with other people who are different and add value to the world.
And what inspired us to start this podcast was seeing the influx of people, investing in the stocks, real estate, Bitcoins, or all the other coins. But, we didn't want to neglect the other side of the investment, which is investing in ourselves and our mental well-being and our character. It's hard to maintain the money that we receive without making sure we're looking within. So we just wanted to make sure we shed light on that part as well.
Tapping in. Welcome to another episode of We Invest Different podcast. I'm the co-host, Mr. John-Micah Bess.
And I'm the other co-host, Victor Thomas II.
Hey, we tapping in. It's good to be back, man. How you doing, Vic?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Tired right now. I just realized pushed myself harder than usual on that treadmill, but other than that, I'm grateful, man. How about you?
Man, I'm feeling well. I ain't got no complaints today. Like, I kind of burnt out on the treadmill a little bit today, too, because like I told you earlier, the last few times that I got on the treadmill, I did like 3 miles. So I've been kind of making that like the goal for when I get on the treadmill. Like I know I had a good day. I had a good run if I hit that 3 mile mark. We finished at a little bit over 2 miles, so I'm good with that. But like I said, I've been feeling well, bro. So it's good to be back. Episode 5, conversation 5.
Yeah, right.
Stuff like that, man. But it's good, man. It's good. I ain't really got nothing to say right now. I really ain't got nothing to say right now, bro.
I was just thinking about what you said, though, about like pushing to like 3 miles.
Yeah.
Like I know with me, like say if I have like a real good day at the gym.
Yeah.
It's like that'll have me feeling kind of like discouraged. Like feeling like I gotta hit that 3 mile mark again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I do what I do now. Just, 2 miles, 2 times out the week. You know what I mean? Because I know I can hit that. Because I know the bigger mistake I made when I was working out is I was like, I go in there that first day, pumped up. I'm finna go in, but I'm finna hit every machine I know how to use in that bit today.
Yeah.
And I have a good day. I walk out of the drawers with.
But I think that's been like, I think I've been the opposite though. I think with me and working out, I'm very competitive. So like, I'm not just competitive with people. I'm competitive with myself.
Yeah.
So it's like, after I see that I can hit something, I like to battle myself. Like, let me see, can I hit that again? Could I make this? Like, was yesterday a lucky day? Or was it solid? Was like, I can really do that on a consistent basis. Like, I feel more accomplished if I can say I can do something on a consistent basis than just say I did it once. So I think that's what it be with me. I'm like, man, I'm gonna see how far I can go. And then once I meet that milestone, I'm like, let me see, can I beat it? Yeah, so I just...
It'd be too much pressure for me, though.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if I don't go into the gym and I don't do the same thing I did on that day I went hard, then I'm going to feel like, dang, I'm a failure.
Yeah,
I
understand what you're saying.
So that's why I try not to do that, but I get why you do it. You feel me? It makes sense.
It ain't for everybody, bro. That's a mindset. That's what keeps me going, though. You know what I'm saying? That might not, like I said, like you work better without attaching a number to it. See, I have fun with myself when I do that. Like, that's how I make myself do that. I make it out of the game. That's just like when I told you how I ran them first 5 miles. When I ran 5 miles nonstop, I was playing a game within, like, I was playing a mental game with myself. So, like, every time I got to another mile, I'm like, I'm only just duplicating the first mile I run.
Yeah.
So I'm only just doing that mile over again. So I didn't really add the numbers like, okay, I did 1 mile, so now it's 2 miles or 3 miles. No, I run that same mile 5 times.
I get what you're saying.
So
that's a good way to look at it too.
Right. So it's like a mental thing. Like I view it as I'm running the same mile. Because you are running the same mile.
But then that don't make you feel like you're not getting nowhere. Like you don't like
I do know I'm getting
2
somewhere
miles.
though.
Okay.
I do like I do know I'm getting somewhere because I do feel that I'm running for a long period of time. So it is registering with my body that I'm running a long distance. But at the same time, like to keep me going, I tell myself just one, just one more. And if I know if I can get that one, I know I can get another one. True. So if I stay with that one in my mind, I'm only going after one. But in reality, I'm going an extra mile.
You're a little bit farther along than me, boy.
Hey, man.
Because if I sit there and think about a mile, that's going to discourage me, bro. I ain't going to want to run no more. Like, I got to do a whole nother mile. So, like, with me, it's like what helped me is, like, try not to think about nothing. That's what I try to do. Because I notice when I do that, I can go my furthest. You dig what I'm saying? Like, if I ain't thinking, I'm just zoned out. And it's like, oh, next thing you know, I look down. I'm at a mile. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That just worked for me, though.
That's a lot. That's valuable, too, though, bro, because I do that, too. Like, like I said, I don't do that all the time. Like, I don't challenge myself and push myself all the time. Like, I do it periodically.
Gotcha.
Like, I do want to, like, see where I'm at so I can see my improvement. Like, as if I don't push myself, I really don't know what I can do or where I'm at and for real, in real time. Because it's like, if I stick to this same routine, I can't really analyze my growth because it's like I can only judge by the way I feel, but I can't really I don't really know the numbers on that because I ain't put no goal to it.
True.
So it's like I also do that to keep up with my progress. But moving on into the episode, we was talking earlier and I told you, man, this topic hit my mind because I feel like it's a lot deeper than what we say it is, like the word diet. I really want to dive into like diet because most of the time we think about dieting, it's only in reference to what we eat and to what we drink and calories and fat and cholesterol and all of this stuff. But how often do we consider, the things that we hear? The conversations we have, the people that we're around. I think that we should start looking at diet in all, areas because it's all about consumption. You really choosing and you're really deciding on what's valuable to your body and what's not valuable to your body based on the goals that you have. So let's dive into that. Like, in terms of what a diet is, what's your mindset when it comes to dieting? And I feel like let's talk about how we can incorporate having a healthy diet on all aspects of our lives. Mm-hmm. How important do you think that is? Let's talk about that.
I think initially I consider the diet being, just what we ate. You know what I mean? But going off what you said, it makes sense. We got to be conscious of everything that we take in. You know what I mean? Like, even like the programs that we may watch on TV, diet. You know what I mean? That's what you said got me thinking about that. And I think from now, and I think I kind of have been more conscious than I was about, what I let into me, like what I listen to and stuff like that.
Yeah. I've
been starting to get a little more particular about that. Definitely with types of people that I deal with, been starting to get more particular with that. But that's just something that had happened naturally. But I think with me really looking at it as a diet, I think that's gonna make the change even better.
Yeah.
Because it is important. Like everything we take in, you know what I mean? Everything makes us.
You really just said a whole lot by saying, that makes, when you involve, your diet outside of just food, it makes the diet concerning food better. Let me break down what I'm saying.
Please do.
Because it's a connection between that. That's really what the conversation is about. Because if all of these things are incongruent, it's going to make your diet, as far as what you eat, easier. Because check this out. The conversations that you have are solely based upon your core values, right? Mm-hmm. What you talk about the most is normally what you believe in the most. Mm-hmm. So let's say if how I'm a transition vegan. You know, I'm a transitioning vegan. So so most of my conversation is talking about the healthfulness of food, right?
Right.
So that tells you what my core value is. So if I just apply my diet only with food, maybe I wouldn't work out as much. You know, if I only talked about eating meat, if I only talked about consuming the bad things that's not supposed to go into the body, if all of my energy was going to more towards that end, but I was trying to have a healthy diet, then it's not in harmony. You see what I'm saying? Like if I'm around stuff that involves stuff that I'm not doing, then it's gonna make what I'm trying to do harder.
Truly.
So if you really have applied if you apply your diet to all aspects of your life, it'll make what you trying to eat easier. So that's why I tell people when they're trying to transition into not eating meat, I tell them that it's a mindset change. Because it's like, you really got to change how you do stuff. You really got to change how you do stuff. You got to change, because I noticed this too. It's just like when you trying to quit a bad habit, right? But you're around the people that's doing that same bad habit you're trying to quit.
Yep.
So in order to really make that change, you have to stop hanging around the temptation or the thing that's trying to pull you back into that habit you're trying to come out of. So it's the same thing with the diet. If you really want to change the way you eat, you're going to have to start listening to stuff that's concerning.
I got a question though.
Oh, so
Would you stop messing with certain people on the basis of having your diet in place? Because what if you hang with people where all they eat is shit like the Varsity, J.R. Crickets, Burger King? Would you stop hanging around them more for the sake of your diet? Considering what you just said.
It's really my reality. Honestly, I'm living this. So it's like, no, some places where people go out to eat, I understand that they might not have no veggie options.
Right.
So yeah, that's a real reality. I might not be able to go to the outing because they don't serve nothing I eat.
Yeah.
It don't mean that our relationship gotta tank.
Okay.
Not necessarily. It don't mean I gotta cut them off. It just means some outings I might not attend because they don't got what I eat. Yeah. Now too, your friends need to respect your lifestyle, and I feel like if your friend is more family, they should respect your transition.
Would you think them?
So sometimes you can find that there are restaurants that serve both vegan options and regular options.
So what if you had like a loved one that knew you was on your journey, but they didn't make accommodations for your type of diet? Would that be a form of disrespect to you?
I won't say disrespect because of the norm. Like traditionally, people don't make these changes.
Yeah.
It's such a norm now for everybody to eat meat. So I can't get mad for them being like how most people are.
Gotcha.
So it's like, it's really situational. I mean, sometimes, bro, if I'm the only vegan in the group, I can't expect everybody to change because I'm the only vegan. That's not fair at that point.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a balance, bro. Sometimes if they want me to come or if I want to invite somebody out, you just got to be considerate. Like, I won't invite somebody out with me and I'm going to a straight up vegan restaurant, then that would be inconsiderate on my end. So it's just respect on both ends. So like, if I'm wanting somebody else to come out, I can't expect them to eat vegan, and when I go out with them, I can't expect everybody to eat vegan. True. So it's just like a respect thing, bro. So like, and then too, if you really serious about your transition and what you're trying to do, I feel that you shouldn't have to make others uncomfortable because of what your goal is. I feel like your goal don't have nothing to do with them. I feel like that's your goal. If you decide not to eat meat, you decided not to eat meat.
Right.
You can't get around other people and be like, why you eat meat around me?
Eating that swine.
Man, what? No, that ain't my energy, bro. I made this change. Exactly. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I do feel like that when, like, with my girl. Like, I know my girl, like, she don't eat as much meat as she used to, and I appreciate the changes that she has evolved and made, because she don't eat as much as she used to, but she still eats it. Yeah. So I have my moments where I be like, man, why you still eating that shit?
Yeah. Especially when you know what that stuff do to your body. I can understand why people would be that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the stuff that we eat, bro, it seems like it do more hurt than help.
It is, bro.
So it is kind of like one of them things. Like once you know, it's kind of like, damn, like I hate to see my people doing this to themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get that.
Cause it bring us down. Like in so many ways, I feel that food is our source of energy, right? I really think sometimes even I forget that. Cause we get so caught up in just being hungry and not realizing that your body is asking for something.
Right.
You did what I'm saying? So why not give your body the best you can? Now, I said the best you can because I know not all of us can afford, the best types of supplements, the best types of food. But honestly, I feel like we're not being honest about the price of healthy food. I feel like there's a lot of lies going around that eating healthier is more expensive. But really, it's not. You spending money anyway, just buy healthier options.
Right.
So it's like, and then too, most of the time we don't even see that when we don't buy healthy stuff, our hunger don't get quenched.
When we don't buy hungry stuff.
When we don't buy whole foods, when we don't eat healthier foods with more nutrients in them, you'll find that you stay hungry. Like you got to keep eating. But when you eat whole foods, you are giving the body what it needs. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the reasons why our diet is messed up and we are addicted to acidic foods is because we want to keep eating because we're not getting our hunger quenched. Because that's not, like I remember I told you, we got parasites and stuff, and stuff enters our bodies when we don't eat natural stuff. So we really feeding more than ourselves. We really feeding more than our stomach, bro. Like it's something that's in you is addicted to that sugar, that processed sugar and all of that stuff.
Yep.
But anyway, my whole point of going into that side of the conversation is saying that if you pay attention to all aspects of your life concerning your diet and what you're giving yourself, I just feel that diet in general will be made easier because you'll be working on your mindset on top of your body. Because mindset comes first. Like if you want to work on your body, work on mindset first. A lot of times we want to work on our body and mindset comes second. Like we try to will our mindset into it
Yep.
by leading with our body. But really, when you work on your mind first, it makes it easier for the body.
That's right.
So that's what I just wanted to have a conversation about, man. Diet is so much more than what we eat. It's also about how we live, about your core values and what you will accept in life and what you won't accept out of life. You like standards. That's where standards come from. Like, what's your diet? Standards are congruent with your diet, bro.
Right. What you want for yourself.
Yeah.
But going back to the thing about people buying healthy foods, I think a lot of that junk, bro, like a lot of it does have to do with the price. And I mean, to be real with you, there is a price difference.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't sit back and say like it's just, something that's being said that ain't true, because I feel like it is to an extent. Not to say that you can't buy healthy food and have enough to eat, because I believe you can, but the bull jump is a lot cheaper. You know what I mean? No matter where you go. And I think another thing, I wanted to bring that up that I think a lot of it also has to do with people knowing how to prepare a healthy meal.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
that's a big one.
Black folks, we know about collard greens and neck bones and fried chicken. We know how to do that up, but you get to talking about some baked chicken breast. We like, well, that shit ain't gonna. It just in my mind, it don't seem like it tastes like nothing. You feel me? Because I don't really know how to make that in a healthy way. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big part of it too.
And that's one of the big parts I feel though, bro. Like I feel that struggle. Like I say, like I live this every day. I have my days where it's like, man, what the hell am I gonna eat? Right. And I'm tired of eating this same thing. Right. So I understand. The struggle, bro. But that's why I say it's got to be a mindset and a lifestyle change. Yeah. Like I'm still learning how to eat better food. I'm still learning how to substitute ingredients. I'm still learning how to upgrade down, whatever it may be. I'm still learning. It's a learning process. But what I do know is that I'm willing to go through it because I know my value system now. Like I know my value now. Right. So it was like when my mindset changed and I start valuing what I put in my body, I start seeing that, okay, this is going to take a while for me to transition. Even with buying, like you was just going about the prices, like even with being able to afford certain things, like I'm willing to wait it out. I'm willing to wait to the point where I can afford certain things. So it's not about being perfect. That's one thing I do want to say. Like, diet is not about being perfect. Diet is about doing what you can while you can.
That's right.
Like, you make the smallest, like I told you, like, we make excuses about the prices, but an apple costs less than a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Like, wrap your mind around that. Because I've like been in a place where I was hungry, right? Mm-hmm. And I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to eat something else. Like, I chose to eat something else instead of eating that piece of fruit. Because, like, we make excuses about the money when in reality, it's just that we don't want to eat that shit.
Right. Because the flavor.
That's just the real talk. And it ain't even not just about the flavor, because fruit tastes good. It's some vegetables that taste delicious. It's about that hunger. It's about what's hunger. It's about what's really calling out what we're addicted to. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, we're so addicted to acidic food. When we start eating healthy, it's like we tell ourselves this lie, I won't be full. It's not gonna fill me up. That's the lie we love to tell ourselves. It's not gonna fill me up. But see, we need to get off of that not filling me up and think about the healthfulness of what you're eating. And it's like, how about if it doesn't fill you up, eat more of it. Like,
what you mean, of the healthy food?
Yeah, like, if it don't fill you up, just eat a little bit more of it. And like I'm saying, like, it's not easy, bro. Like,
no, that ain't easy, because then that's going into the budget for buying it then.
But I'm saying, though, it's little by little, it's step by step. I'm just saying you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Like we can't make an excuse every single time. Like, we have to start somewhere. We have to start with the apple.
Like, we could at least swap out,
some items.
Them honey buns,
for
a bag of apples.
Yes. Yeah. Like, start small. Don't, like, you're not gonna be able to, like, feel your, like, I got some people, man, some of my mentors, they go in. I'm talking about when they go shopping, bro, they buy so much fruit that they could eat for a whole month off of fruit. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that I'm not there yet. Understand that that's one of my goals, is to get to the place where you can go into my refrigerator and you can just see plenty of fruit. Like, that's one of my goals. And like, if I stop and look at myself and be like, you know what, bro, I ain't even got no fruit in my refrigerator right now. I'm just gonna stop being vegan. Like, no, that just means I'm going towards my goal. I'm still in my transition. So although I don't have a lot of fruit, I have a little bit. I have what I have, and I'm grateful for what I have, and I'm grateful for this transition. And I think that's what makes the process enjoyable. You going through. It's a process you going through. Just start little by little. And I don't even eat breakfast like that anymore. But what I've substituted is, my fruit smoothies. And most people really be sleeping on fruit smoothies, bro. They sleep on smoothies. Like, when you have your urge to eat something that's acidic, like a bag of chips or some candy, get a real nice fruit smoothie. Get your favorite fruit. Man. And sometimes I put...
Well, cuz, you gotta remember, bro, like, I get what you saying.
Yeah.
But bro. Now, just not where your mind at right now. Mm-hmm. But that there's a point when that cheeseburger hit a whole lot better than that apple.
Bro, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That be the thing, bro.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I dealt with that too. That's what I'm saying.
So how did you overcome that?
It was a mindset change first. I didn't start with my body. Mm-hmm. I didn't start with my body first. So my transition was a lot easier.
So as far as your mindset, like, what does changing your mindset look like for you?
Well, bro,
what's that process like?
First of all, before I made that change, I looked at a problem I was having. Mm-hmm. So you have to first start with why you making this change. So the reason why I made that change is because, one, I was looking at, like, why my skin so tight? Why am I experiencing? Why is my hands? Like, why is my hands feel? Why do my hands feel swollen? Why do my feet swell sometimes? I'm trying to figure this out, and like, why am I having headaches? Why am I so sluggish? Mm-hmm. And then I figured out, what? I do know that meat, it raises your blood pressure. So I started there. And I'm like, okay, let me stop eating meat, bro. So, like, I started not eating pork, I believe. I stopped not eating pork, and pork was so easy because I mostly ate beef.
Right.
So for me, pork was a little easier. The only thing that I ate was pork, was like sausage, and I barely ate sausage. So it was an easy transition as far as pork. So pork was the first thing I got out of the way. I ate a lot of steak. Steak was like our thing. Like we would get like steak like every week, and it would be a part of our dinner. So then that was the next thing, steak. So what I did was I started going heavy on fish. So that's how I was able to, like, although my mindset was there, I had to work with my body to follow my mindset. So some things you won't do cold turkey. And sometimes you can't afford to do cold turkey.
So it sounds to me that basically what you did was you acknowledged some places in your health that making these changes would be a benefit.
Yes.
So that's the first thing you did.
Yes.
Okay.
I had to attach this change to a bigger picture. And then I also realized that in my church, in our church, man, so many people got cancer. And that I had recently lost somebody that was close to me due to cancer. And he would talk to me before he passed away. He talked to me about how he was so stressed out and how he would stress eat. He would stress eat so much because he was an assistant pastor. So after he would get stressed out, you know, with his obligations and his responsibilities, he would find himself eating. He used to be healthier, but he started finding himself eating when he would get stressed out, and the things that he would eat would be meat, predominantly meat. And then he started feeling some type of way in his body and couldn't figure out what it was, and turned out that he had cancer.
Dang.
But he didn't have that type of cancer to where, like, I mean, he had lung cancer. And lung cancer, is so many different ways that you can get lung cancer, but that's a whole nother conversation. But most people just think it's smoking, but it's not smoking. Smoking is not the only way for you to get lung cancer, but that's not the conversation. But my whole point is that a lot of things will be prevented if we had a better diet, because yeah, so what I was saying about Dr. Sebi, about how he was talking about the alkaline diet. He was real big on the alkaline diet, because when your body is in the alkaline state, no disease or virus can survive it.
Yeah, I think I heard that before.
So that the key is eating natural foods, and you know, most natural foods are what he considered electric. Meaning it feeds the body, it has the nutrients, and the body it agrees with it. It's easily digested, you know, and most of the foods that give us a problem, it messes up our digestive system. That's how disease get in our intestines and all of this stuff. So that's why he tried to keep all of that stuff clean. That's why we go on cleanses, as you know, us vegans, we go on cleanses and we go on fasts, because it releases all of the toxins from the body. And that's why you're supposed to eat, you know, food that's high in alkaline. And that's why, you know, you have some people that drink alkaline water, because you're trying to keep your pH, you're trying to keep your body in balance and in harmony. And that's what really it's all about. Dr. Sebi all talked about your body being in harmony. And that's all the alkaline diet is. So when I remove some of that stuff, that acidic food, man, from my diet, that's why you feel better. You see what I'm saying? That's because your body is in more congruent with how it's supposed to be. You eat from the earth. When you eat from the earth, then you get a real sense of healthfulness. Right. Because you actually eating the things that God put here for your body to thrive off of. And see, most of the stuff that we eat is man-made food. And when you do that, most of the stuff is chemically made. So it only can come from acid. You see what I'm saying? It's going to make your body more acidic. And the more acidic your body is, you're more susceptible to diseases.
Makes sense.
So that's why I made that change, bro. I really listened to what he was saying, especially after I went into the hospital. Yeah. And I was just like, man, even when I was sick and I went to the hospital one time, but they sent me home. It was during that same time. Because, you know, I went to the hospital, then came back home, then I had to go right back to the hospital, and that's when I stayed. But when I went to the hospital and came back home, I started studying Dr. Sebi a little bit more and started studying the foods and the stuff that he advised. And, like, I didn't really realize it, but my transition started way back there. So this mental change that I talk about didn't happen overnight.
So I was that one thing to point out too. It take time.
Yes, like
take time.
That mental change, it was happening. It took a year or so, bro. Like I wasn't counting. Like, it happened organically and it happened naturally. Right. So that's why I tell people, man, start with the mindset first. Because I almost started with the body first. And we try to will our way in, try to make our mind do what our body wants us to do. But really, man, your body gonna do what your mind tell it. So once you train your mind, the transition is a lot easier. And that's the transition that I went through, bro. So I don't really advise nobody to just be like, you know what? Let me join the bandwagon. Like, nah, man, really dive into why am I doing this?
Right. I think that's the biggest thing right there. Really signifying the reason.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of times people go on the diets, like you said, it's because of the bandwagon or this new diet trend going on or just a general sense of I want to lose weight.
Yeah.
Instead of being specific, like, why do I want to lose weight?
Exactly.
How much weight do I want to use? You know what I mean? How can this benefit me in different ways in my life? And with you saying that, it really made me think about, you know, maybe I could be a little more intentional with, you know, selecting my reasons for working out. You know what I mean? Because I think that's what we reach for when we start to feel a little discouraged in doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to work out no more. But I think if we got that why to look to, I think that'll give that motivation for real, as far as the mental.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And too, like, going along with that, and then we'll transition to the next part of the pod. I was saying before we went to the break earlier, I was talking about the people that I lost and, you know, people around me having cancer and seeing all of this stuff around me, man. And that was another reason why I made that change. You know, that was an addition. You know, first I started with me and seeing that the change that I need to make with my diet. But then I started seeing the people around me just dying due to something that they could have avoided. Something as simple as just eating better. I seen that, like, and I really took it to heart. And I'm like, bro, we dying over something that we can literally control. Like, all we have to do is just eat better. I'm saying you're going to die when you're going to die. We can't do nothing about that aspect of things. But as far as how you feel, your well-being. Your well-being is just your happiness, your healthfulness, and your emotions. You know, how good are they? That's just your well-being. So I feel that well-being is better when you eat better.
Well, see, I think it's hard to eat better when there's like that emotional attachment to food. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? I think that thing go all the way back to, like, you know, my knowledge ain't till slavery, because that's what they taught us. I mean, we were in Africa, but we don't know all that stuff. But we might have already been here. But that's another episode.
That's a whole nother
episode. A few on probably. But anyway, I think that we got that attachment just looking at slavery times, because it was like, what else? What else did slaves have to look forward to but them pot of beans that's been sitting on the stove all day?
Right.
You know what I mean? With the fat back in it. And I think that we kind of carried that sense of attachment to food. Mm-hmm. You know, I want to eat food when I feel good. I want to eat food when I feel bad. Instead of just looking at food as just something I need to do to function.
Yes.
So my question to ask you is that how can a person combat that? You know what I mean? They have an emotional attachment to food and not so much this is what I need to function type mind frame on.
Well, like I said, man, it's really the same answer that we gave earlier. That really that answers the questions across the board. And that's starting with the benefits it's going to do for you. You have to think more about that. It's still the mindset thing, bro.
Man.
Like, because even me, like I said, before I made the transition, I didn't really know that 90% of my diet was meat. So imagine quitting something that made up what you ate. Like, what the hell am I supposed to eat now? So I really basically just jumped off the porch. Honestly, I jumped off the porch without really knowing much about veganism or none of that. But I did know that I wanted to feel better and I wanted to live better.
Right.
And I shouldn't be tired when I eat. Like, why would you eat something that's supposed to give you energy but get tired? I didn't really understand that.
Right.
So being vegan,
that don't make sense.
Being vegan made me really think about it. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to eat something that's going to give me energy. So then I started, like, when I made the transition, one of the first things that I noticed is my energy levels. That sold me on it. That sold me on everything. I said, so you mean to tell me I can eat a plate full of food? I'm talking about stuff myself and not be sleepy and tired? I haven't been tired after eating since I went vegan. I don't get tired. Only time I get tired is when I go without rest.
Right.
So it's man, your body just works better. And I'm not saying that I'm not perfect, bro. I still have problems eating snacks. I might eat a drumstick after we get off. Like, so I'm just being transparent. Like, I'm not all the way there yet. I'm still, like I said, I'm still in transition to, the best possible vegan I can be. Like I said, it's levels to veganism. It's some people that only eat raw stuff. Like, you got your raw vegan. Like, you don't even cook. Like, you only eat raw stuff, bro.
Don't fold that off the deep end.
Man, what? I'm talking about they deep in the game, though.
I can't even imagine that, bro.
But that's a whole nother level. So imagine how healthy they are, though.
Yeah.
And then, not even to mention, I know we brought up Dr. Sebi. Like, Dr. Sebi smoked marijuana every day. But see, everybody can't do that.
Right.
Because the healthiness he had, bro, he fast for 40 days, 30 days. So imagine how healthy he was. Like, he can smoke as much weed as he wants to. You dig what I'm saying? Like, he really can, and he did. But he knew how healthy he was, though. He knew he took care of his body. So,
and one thing, too, though, I bet he was real selective about his weed.
Oh, yeah, it's grown.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure.
Because I know this weed probably a little dangerous out here, too, now. You feel me? As far as us health-wise. And I think it's going to come to light probably about 10, 20 years.
What you talking about, boy? It's already the light, boy.
For real.
I remember one time I stopped smoking because I felt like it was some chemicals in it. Like, because it was burning different. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I used to roll it or whatever, to the people that's listening, like, so pay attention, because it's like, you really could pay attention to how it's smoking to really know if it's something wrong with it. Like,
true. Like,
I started seeing popping and hearing popping.
Oh, yeah.
Like, something in that.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I'm like, nah, bro, this gotta be sprayed, or like something is on this, because it's like the high I was getting too wasn't right. I didn't feel right. Like, I felt overly drained. It wasn't no normal type of feeling. I felt like overly drained when I smoked. So I was like, hold on, bro. I don't need nothing from you no more.
I'm telling you.
So I stopped doing that immediately, and I started sticking to what I knew for real, and started sticking to the people that I knew for real. So back to my point with talking about Dr. Sebi and marijuana, like, I watched the video. I mean, he got his weed from Mexico, Honduras. Honduras, he was there a lot. Yeah, Honduras people loved him. Mexicans loved Dr. Sebi. I believe that's where he died at, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that.
I won't.
Don't quote me on that. But I believe that was the place he was before he got locked up, before they put him in jail. But anyway, transitioning into the conversation, bro. I love to talk about that health stuff, but transitioning to the conversation, we do this every week. We transition into the segment of what we learned. So I wanted to ask you, what's something recently that you learned that you can put the people down on to where they can learn something from you, from what you learned?
This week, nothing coming right now, because this was a real slow week for me. So it wasn't a whole lot of interaction. What I thought I was gonna do this week it got canceled. So I was kind of just to myself and taking it easy this week, and just having some form of detachment from everything, because I be needing that.
Yeah.
So it's not nothing that I learned, but I will share that it's important to have time for yourself. With all these entrepreneurial ventures you may be on, or dealing with family, or whatever at work, just make sure you make time for yourself and be able to be by yourself. Because that's a task in itself too for some people. I've learned over the years. Some people can't be alone. So, if you can't be alone, learn to be alone. And once you learn how to be alone, spend time with yourself. Know how to enjoy your own company, because that's important. What about you?
Boy, that's heavy. Man, you always do that to me, man. Golly, man. That jump was so eloquent, and you ain't even mean to do it. So yeah, I'm glad to be here for that to rub off on me, bro.
Yes, sir.
But, man, I learned that I don't have to move because somebody else is moving. And I mean that in an emotional way. Like, if somebody is emotionally distraught or acting some type of way, don't mean I gotta take that same energy and use it too. Like, I don't want no outside force to control my inner man.
Yes, sir.
My inner king, my inner God. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to control me. I feel like God should be controlling me. I shouldn't relinquish power to anything outside of God.
Right.
So like, and I got that from, I was working out the other day and somebody came and interrupted me. And usually I would have got so upset to the point where it would have got disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Combative.
Right. But then I realized that there's the reason why someone acts the way that they act. But that reason has nothing to do with me. So when I understood that don't have nothing to do with me, I shouldn't allow that to move me.
That's heavy.
So when she came in and interrupt my workout, I allowed her to do what she came in to do. So I can continue to do what I needed to do.
Right.
So I learned that lesson. Like, if I would have went another way with that, both of us wouldn't have never got what we needed. I would have stopped her from doing what she needed to do, and I would have stopped myself from doing what I needed to do. But because I was allowing somebody to feel how they wanted to feel, I wasn't going to die. She wasn't doing anything to me to where, like, I was going to be hurt or anything. So it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? So, like, say what you need to say, you know what I'm saying? And do what you need to do, and I'm going to enjoy my workout again. You get what I'm saying? So I just realized that when you handle situations like that, the outcome is a lot better than being combative and trying to show people where they wrong at. Like, just leave it alone and you carry on doing what you need to do and let them do what they need to do. And as long as they not hurting you or like causing harm, like let them do what they doing and go about your business, bro. Because at the end of the day, just mixing your energy with somebody's, with trying to mingle your energy with somebody's energy that's not wanted, it's gonna be chaos. Yep. So to keep the peace, just allow people to do what they gonna do, and you do what you gonna do.
And let folks say what they gonna say.
Yes.
I mean, for real. Because a whole bunch of stuff could have been, not as big as it was if you had to just... Because that's all people want to do. A lot of folk, they just want to be heard.
For real.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And keep it moving, you feel me?
And that be it. That's all they wanted. Like, after they say what they said, bro, after I let her say what she wanted to say, bro, she walked and left me alone. After I told her, like, if you don't mind, I'd really like to get back to my workout. Like, I ain't say shut up. I could have just said, leave me alone, bro. God, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I said, respectfully, I said, no disrespect. I kept a calm tone because that's one of the problems that I had. I noticed, I've been learning about communication. I've been paying attention to that. So keep a low tone. Yeah, like, let people know, like, I ain't here to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not your enemy. Mm-hmm. First and foremost, I'm not your enemy. So I ain't even going to respond as if we enemies.
Right.
So, like, I understand you trying to tell me something, shawty. Like, we friends. So I'm going to let you say what you need to say. And as long as, even if you do disrespect me, I'm trying to get to the point now where, like, even if you do disrespect me, like...
That's a task right there, boy.
Like, I'm learning. Like, I ain't saying I'm there yet.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm learning to know, like, I'm learning to be able to take disrespect because that's very strong.
Yeah. Like,
that's a very strong character. That's very strong character to be able to take something without changing who you are, without getting out of character. Like, and that's what a lot of people want to do, man. They want to get you out of character. But once they see that you're not getting out of character and that you are who you say you are who you standing to be, they leave you alone, bro.
That's how you get that enemy up out of there.
Yeah.
Because I had learned a while ago, like, it don't be the people that be tripping. It be that spirit. And it's like, that spirit like to jump around to people. Like, this person got it, and then that lady might have had it, and then came to you, and then would have made you kind of pissed off, and now you carried it, now you gonna go somewhere else and then put it off on somebody else.
Exactly.
So when you did that, bro, you really just stop that whole domino effect in its tracks. I think that's super important for us to know. And another thing that I did learn something this week, now that you were talking, about being a man of valor. And, I heard of that a while. And that's the name of that thing we go to at my church. Mm-hmm. It's called the Man of Valor.
That's fine.
And I never knew what valor was until I was reading scripture the other day. and came across it, and then I looked it up, and it's like something about bravery. You feel me? And I wish I knew what scripture it was, but it said something about, or it might have been some Bible study thing I was looking at, but it said something along the lines of, the best part of valor is knowing when not to be confrontational. Because we like to think like, oh, I'm brave, I'm big and bad, because ain't nobody just finna say anything to me. Ain't nobody just finna do anything to me. But it take real strength to be able to not say nothing at all. Or just, speak to it in a calm way instead of just being turned up about it. So that's something that I definitely learned. And basically, in a nutshell, pick your battles. That's what I get from. Pick your battles, and if you do got to go into a battle, enter it calmly. You know what I'm saying? Stay calm, because I learned that the nigga that's calm in a fist fight, that usually be the nigga that win.
Facts.
That dude that's all emotional, he probably finna get drugged. Real talk. So be calm, because that calming spirit is a conqueror, man, for real.
Well, you said a whole lot. And before we get off, I did see a tweet. Crazy you said that, man. Like, that's how you know we're aligned. But I did go down my timeline, and I seen somebody tweet. It said, calm is powerful. Simple as that, bro.
It is.
It's calm. It's power in being calm.
It is so much power. Just like when you arguing with somebody and you stay calm, they'll end up being like, damn, looking at themselves like, I'm the one hollering and cussing. I might as well just relax. You know what I mean? I look stupid right now.
Nah, for real.
Real talk, bro.
It make people mad too, though, when you calm, though.
Yeah, it do. It ain't sure do.
But yeah, bro, that still shouldn't change us being calm, even if they don't like us being calm.
Right.
Because sometimes you be addicted to chaos to where calm is uncomfortable.
Real? Good God.
That's crazy, right?
That toxic, boy.
But man, transitioning off, man, we appreciate everybody for tapping in, to conversation number 5. And before we get off, we want to remind everybody to go on over to our store, www.fnfstore.com, where we have positive apparel. And everybody know our logo, Financial Fashion. We stand for mindset, faith, education, and wealth. And we believe firmly that with those 4 things, you can't help but to be successful. So visit our store. Maybe you see something that you like. You can use discount code FF10 for 10% off your first order. And before we tap out, you got anything left to say, Vic?
Remember, God, drive safe. Don't text and drive.
Facts, man. Make sure y'all listen to that. And we'll see y'all next week for conversation number 6. We gone.